Talking now with Alex Polizzi's opponent, Rufus Elston. Rufus, now we were looking back on some of your past fights, and it looks like you're 1-5 in fights that go to the decision. But you were telling me a little bit something about your training technique that's changed a little bit. That maybe the 1-5 record in fights that last until the decision is misleading.
Yeah, when I first started out, I didn't have a school or gym or anything. I was pretty much lone wolf. Got with Second City, Herc Hayes put me on a training regimen, turned me right around. First fight out of Second City, I faced Quinn Long for Rise FC, got a knockout. I was not a striker before that, but now I have more weapons in my arsenal. So.
And looking at that has obviously been it's shown up because of your last fight you did win by TKO from punches. So winning 4 of the last 5. So kind of to your point that you have been ever since you switched to Second City, you've been doing a little better.
Yes.
So now, what do you know about your opponent, Alex Polizzi? I know for the people who are in the Madison area, kind of a favorite. So is that kind of something that I don't know. Obviously, you have the mentality that you can't go in and you don't want to go into a fight and think you're gonna, it's gonna be a tough. But
I mean, it's a fight, and at the end of the day, it's a fight. But never discredit your opponent. Never underestimate him. I know Alex Polizzi. He's a strong dude. He has wrestling. I got to watch out for that. He's a hometown favorite. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be pressure on me against the crowd. He's the Chicago dude. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I love it though.
But I love it. It's part of the fight game. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna have a great fight. It's for the belt, so we're both coming with it.
All right, I appreciate that. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
It is light heavyweight championship time. It is vacant, so there is no champion. The winner of this bout will be the light heavyweight amateur champion of Chosen Few. And first up, we are taking a look at Rufus Elston, who makes his way into the cage. Elston has won his last 2 fights. He comes in with a record of 8-8. He is 30 years old. He is the number 19th ranked fighter in Illinois, number 158 out of 506 in the Midwest, and on a little bit of a win streak as you take a look at the Carbon World Health tail of the tape. Elston with a slight height advantage. We'll see if that'll play out against one tough customer and Alex Polizzi. Let's check him out right now.
Eric Rogers here. I got Tim. We've got Damien. We're going to have an Alex Polizzi fight here tonight. He's going to be taking on Rufus Elston. This is going to be obviously a much anticipated fight, guys, because just of what Alex has been able to do in his fighting career. So, Alex Easy Polizzi, the name's got to come from somewhere. I'll hand this off to Tim. Where's Easy Polizzi come from?
Other than the internet?
Other than the internet.
Well, that would be from his ability to come in and trounce people and do the infamous Polizzi butt move on them.
What's the butt move?
Where he transfers around and he sits on their face and chokes them out.
So Rikishi, no, I'm just kidding. Something like that, right?
Absolutely,
yeah. Let's go. He's 3-0 in his amateur career here, but look, if you're anyone who's kind of seen his fights, you think he's got to have a career going into the pros here soon. So, what do we look for in fights? Aside from the butt move from Polizzi?
Total domination.
Simple.
Power.
So
it hurts.
Big, powerful, strong legs from what if you've seen the fights
Big
before.
Thighs.
Yeah, he's
real thick thighs.
Gonna get it done. So his last fight that we've seen was Theron Nicias. He beat him by submission. It was a verbal submission in ways. So as you were talking about with the ease of the fights, he's never allowed an opponent out of round 2. So what do you do if you're an opponent to get out of round 2 against him?
You got to fight smarter, not harder.
Smarter, not harder. Gentlemen, any last words?
All war. Thanks for watching.
All war. There you go.
Thank you.
I love that Alex Polizzi is fighting tonight, not just because I love watching this man fight in the cage, but because I talked to him a couple of weeks ago. They were having trouble finding anybody who wants to fight Polizzi, and with good reason. He is such a nice guy until he gets into that cage, and then look out. This man is all business and all legs. I'm telling you, tree trunk legs on
See the
Polizzi.
physicality here as he gets ready to go in the cage. You know, a fighter who is formerly a collegiate wrestler at Northwestern, bringing that wrestling pedigree, that toughness, that athleticism. I can see why they had trouble finding him a fight.
Yeah, nobody wants to fight this guy, and with good reason. He is unbelievable in the cage. Now, we saw him back in January use his legs to squeeze his opponent's head while his right hand broke the ribs of his opponent. A strong felon, Easy Polizzi, enters the cage right now. Let's go up to Chris for the official introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is brought to you by Harley-Davidson of Madison and is for the Open Light Heavyweight Amateur Championship. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the Coliseum Bar, red corner. He hails from Chicago, Illinois, and represents Second City Mixed Martial Arts. In 16 bouts, he has 8 victories. 5 of those victories come by way of submission. He stands in at 6'1" tall. He weighed in at 203.5 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Rufus Elston. His opponent is this man, standing across the cage and fighting out of the Harley-Davidson of Madison, blue corner. He stands in at 5'11" tall. He weighed in at 202.4 ready pounds. He hails from Beloit, Wisconsin. He represents the Chosen Few. He is undefeated. 3 bouts, 3 finishes, 2 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Easy Polizzi.
So far in his brief career, Alex Polizzi has made it look easy.
You know, I hate to judge a book by its cover, especially in a sport like MMA, but from the outside looking in, it looks like a mismatch.
It does. I tell you what, it always looks that way when Polizzi fights. And here we go, the light heavyweight title on the line. Polizzi goes down quickly, tripped up by Elston, but now it's Polizzi coming back with a good wrestling move as he lands
A double
on
leg
top.
up to a head kick standing up.
Yeah, he is impressive. The legs on Polizzi's. You take a look at both of them. He is one physical specimen in the ring, as always.
Josh told me when I walked in the building tonight, he's like, I have to test Alex Polizzi for this title. He found a guy with 16 fights, 8 victories. So this is the guy. If Alex has the goods, we're going to find out tonight.
Yeah, and that's what we want to see. And so far, I mean, you know, the nickname is Easy Polizzi. He's had it easy so far. He's made it look easy, and definitely a step up, especially in experience in Elston there tonight with 16 fights under his belt.
Yeah, 3 fights, 3 finishes for Easy. 2 of them knockouts, 1 of them a submission, and he barely looked like he broke a sweat from what we saw.
Yep, Rufus putting up a good fight right now. He's coming forward. Wouldn't advise that defense in particular, but he is coming forward, throwing hands, not intimidated by Polizzi, and he gets his mouth guard knocked out, and we'll start the fight back up.
Yeah,
and that's
using
what
your
happens when you let Polizzi punch you in the chin.
Yeah, using your face to block punch is a bad idea against anybody, and definitely against a guy with the physicality of Alex Polizzi.
A big wrestling pedigree for Alex Polizzi. You can see that in his frame. What I always wondered with him, because of the build, what you see with guys that have that much muscle and no fat, you wonder about their gas tank just for lactic acid purposes, not necessarily wind, but how their muscles are going to survive a long fight.
Yep, and that comes back not only to the conditioning, but the experience. You know, he's a young fighter. He might be prone to gassing out a little bit quicker just because he doesn't know how to use the techniques in a way that'll take a little less energy. And being so physical as he is, he's going to want to use that strength when he doesn't have to all the time. And now we see Rufus coming forward. Good stuff on the double leg attempt there.
You can tell Elston enjoys playing the villain here today.
Does, yeah.
He doesn't care who's rooting against him, and he's making himself out to be the bad guy pretty quickly, and he loves it.
Here we see Polizzi getting his hooks in. Rufus rolls, he goes to mount, landing some ground and pound now.
Boy, and that's a bad spot for Elston to be in. You do not want Polizzi grounding and pounding on you. He is on top, in control right now. And look out, because he can end it quickly with some of those blows.
Now here the big difference between amateurs and pros. Now we see we belly him down, gets both hooks in. Some good shots. Rufus shaking his head, but those definitely hurt a little bit.
Elston able to last the round here. He shakes his head, but Polizzi dominant in round number 1. We'll see if Elston can bounce back here in the second round. You are watching the light heavyweight amateur title. It's on the line here at Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 11 on 57 Sports. All right, we take a look at the first round between Elston and Polizzi, and so far it's going the way of Easy Polizzi, isn't it, fellas?
Yeah, it looks to be that he's getting more of the takedowns, but Rufus, he's game in there. He's coming forward, he's throwing strikes, not intimidated by Polizzi, and I think Polizzi a little puzzled by this. He's backing up a little bit, looking for his double legs. Probably not used to anyone stepping to him like that in his first 3 fights.
I like, though, that Polizzi stays calm. He's not buying into the BS, as you say. You see some guys that get that way. It'll piss a fighter off, make them make a mistake. It doesn't look like Polizzi has made a mistake yet so far, and he's staying pretty calm.
And staying within himself as Elston coming out here in round number 2. More of that showmanship that he showed in the first round. But Polizzi slams Elston down to the mat, and that has got to hurt. Boy, you see Polizzi showing off all kinds of power and wrestling skills here tonight.
Yeah, Polizzi really doing good with those blast elbows. I'd like to see him secure a little more top pressure once he does get him down. He needs to keep him down, make him pay for those takedowns and land some good strikes.
Oh, and a good left. Flattens Elston after a couple of foot stomps. There's a right, a left, and it is a flurry coming from Polizzi now. Elston still staying on his feet, but look out. The mouthpiece
he's
goes
out
and
cold.
that is
It is
it.
over.
He is out. What a power display by Easy Polizzi, bringing the crowd to his feet. He is the light heavyweight champion here at Chosen Few.
You know, you saw that happening from a mile away. We just weren't sure how much his chin was going to be able to take from such a strong fighter. I mean, I don't care how much experience you have or how many times you've been hit. You can only let a guy that size punch you in the chin so many times before your legs twitching on the ground. The doctor's asking you what day it is.
And Elston trying to find his way up right now. A big win for Easy Polizzi. He gets the vacant title. They'll put the strap on him next here on 57 Sports. All right, we are back and taking a look at how Alex Polizzi was able to finish off Rufus Elston and get the light heavyweight amateur title here in Chosen Few. And it was a flurry of power as I'm kind of stunned that Elston was letting Polizzi hit him.
He was trying to play mind games a little bit, but the story of the night was those big double legs from Polizzi, and then he found a spot for that big left hook, put it right on the button, and put Rufus to sleep.
51 seconds of round number 2 for your winner by knockout and the new amateur light heavyweight champion, Alex Easy Polizzi.
Gotta love it. The crowd here at the Monona Terrace definitely does. Let's hear from the
He was asking
champ.
you to punch him in the mouth, so you did it. Was that pretty much the game plan?
Working on my striking in this match. If you've seen me fight before, you'll know that I'm a big-time wrestler. I just want to work on the hands, work on the feet just a little bit. That's about it. The invitation to take a couple punches in the mouth were welcome by me.
Now, he did take a few of your best shots there in the first round. Did that have you a little worried, like, hey, I threw my best at him, he didn't fall down?
You know, the thing about it is everybody's got a breaking point. You just got to keep working on it, breaking them down little by little. Same thing goes for striking, as for wrestling, as for jiu-jitsu. So that's all we needed to know.
Next show here in Madison is in October. You want to defend that belt in October?
Indeed, I do. It feels good around the waist.
Let's give him one more round of applause. Your new light heavyweight champion, Alex "Easy" Polizzi.
And long live the champ. He did a great job here tonight. He comes in prime shape as always. And Easy Polizzi is your new light heavyweight champion. 2 more fights left to go.
Eric Rogers talking with Alex Polizzi. Alex, you beat Rufus Elston, so first off, congratulations. You're amateur light heavyweight title holder now, because that was a vacant belt before the fight came in. So, when you're looking at, facing an opponent, Rufus Elston, so, hats off to him for putting up, going into the fight. And this is a fight that went into the round 2 pretty early on. He caught him with a couple punches that knocked him off balance. Now, what do you look at when you're thinking about an opponent? What kind of fighters do you, I guess, what do you look at on film? Is it a film thing, or is it something that you're looking at in your own game?
There are some other fighters who take the time to really watch their opponent and look to exploit their weaknesses and see what their sort of strategies are. I like to take a more inward focused approach and just kind of see where I need to build on my strengths and working on my game plan to make sure I'm the best fighter I can be. Because if you're the best fighter you can be, then I feel that it's really hard for somebody to exploit that as long as I keep improving on my own. So
it wasn't something that you said, okay, well, Rufus, I know he does this, or I see this on film, or it's more of just, you felt like you were, you accomplished what you wanted to do tonight anyway.
Yep, and if anyone has studied kind of my background, they know I do a little bit of wrestling, and so I just wanted to come out and work on some of my striking, and that's what we've been working on in fight camp, working on that striking, making sure that I'm comfortable on my feet, hitting, punching, kicking. So
now, in the post-fight interview, you said that the belt felt good. So is it fitting in? Is it, kind of you filling into the belt, and it feels like, this is home, this is where I'm supposed to be, to have a title around my waist?
Fighting, it's just I'm just gonna keep trying to do what I do. I'm gonna keep if we can keep finding fights. I'm having fun. It's something I enjoy very much, and if I can keep fighting and if I can keep winning, all the better.
All right, Alex, congratulations, and we look forward to whenever we see you next in the ring.
All right, sounds good.